Hello and welcome. It's Carnage. Today we're going to take a look at G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Ramp Rats. Okay, so as you know, the Ramp Rats have some interesting accessories, including this flight case with a attachment. It does open. We'll get to that. Let's talk about the Ramp Rats first. And here we see them without their helmets. We have a helmet matching the vest for each of them. The guy in yellow would be the one who does the marshalling. So therefore, I gave him the two marshalling wands. And the guy on the right would be heavy ordnance. So he would be taking care of all of the weaponry on the Rattler. I've learned that the ground crew has rainbow colors, and there would be several more members of the ground crew, in fact. But to make things easy, Hasbro has given us ketchup and mustard. So we're going to get started with those two today. So they basically are the same bucks, obviously just with the different colored vests. And then we have two new head sculpts on each of these guys. We've got a bald-headed Cobra soldier with the red mask, and then we have a guy who's got a really nice head of brown hair, and he's wearing a black mask. So we have two unique head sculpts with this set, and I wouldn't be surprised to see these showing up in some other places. The vests are not removable, and the red one does have a port for the cable that is connected to the red helmet, so we'll check that out. Do really like these patches here. I know everybody loves patches, and they both have the matching patch. And on the back you can see the two devices there to keep him connected and in the loop of communication. He does have a scar. These Cobras are big on scars. I do believe the legs are from low light, and I'm kind of thinking the arms too, but I didn't check. And I think this vest is a new piece. I don't believe we have seen that before. Obviously that will impede the articulation just a little bit, but not too bad. Let's take a look at these helmets. Let's see these guys, how they would look on the tarmac. Okay, and here we have the Ramp Rats in their full getup. I wish that Hasbro would have given us another pair of marshalling wands and, you know, a few more pieces that would relate more to who the Ramp Rats are and what they do. I like the idea that they have a weapons cache that they are dealing with in their flight case here, but as far as accessories that would be useful to a ground crew, there's not a lot. There's just not a lot. A couple things I want to mention. The connection here, right here, is a bit of a trick to get in there, but once you get in there, it's pretty easy, and then it's been popping right back in there for me ever since. It's a little bit of a trick to get the angle right, and then sometimes you've got to stick something inside that vest to lift it up a little bit so that something can port, into that hole. So as you can see, the helmet's, only the red helmet has the wire going down to the vest as well as the microphone. The yellow one, it's just the helmet, not the microphone. So it's a little bit different. I would have actually preferred that both of these guys had the microphone. But the yellow guy is going to be more of the marshaller who's actually directing the plane in and out. The red guy is the ordnance guy who is dealing with the weapons. And again, basically, both of these guys have the radio sets on their back, as you can see there. And Red's got the hooks for another set of marshalling batons, marshalling wands, but we don't have anything to put in there. And I just don't really feel like any of these weapons from their loadout necessarily work with them. But you can come up with some interesting scenarios involving these guys distributing weapons. Scarlet has the same knife that comes with this set. Hers is kind of a plain green with no color on the blade. So I gave her the one from this set with the silver blade. And actually, as you can see, her arrows here are black with the green case. So for me, the black knife with the silver blade and the green case does sort of match up with what she's got going on there. So just something that I wanted to note. And then the larger gun, I ended up giving to one of my ditch vipers, because those guys come with the 50 Browning, which is a big one. And it's nice to have something a little bit smaller than that 50 Browning. So I feel like this gun works really well with that ditch viper. And I do have a picture of that as we get to the photographs, so you'll see that here eventually. But anyway, get a full view of the ramp rats here. And of course, we want to talk about, I'm going to call this thing a flight case. And then it has an attachment, as we mentioned earlier, that could fit onto the Stinger. I don't know how this could work with the plane or fit in the plane or anything like that. This does come apart. It is a modular piece, and it really wasn't that hard to get it together. I do like how the clasps sort of come over on the edge there. I think that looks really good. We've got painted handles on the side. They are not real handles. I've seen some people stating that the paint is already starting to peel off of this thing. I don't think I am going to attempt to take this apart and use it with the modular bases. I know that can be done. I know that was part of the plan with these, but I've only got one, and I'm really not planning to add any more. One set of ramp rats is plenty for me. So this has been an interesting piece. It's already shown up in a few of my dioramas in the background, so I think we'll be able to use that. And it might be neat to eventually get another one, although I think I'm pretty well set with 2 ramp rats. I just don't feel like I need any more of these guys. Well, if you do have the Rattler, I would highly recommend picking up at least one set of ramp rats. If you don't have the Rattler, I just don't know what you would do with these guys. Probably nothing, honestly. It just doesn't make much sense to put these guys working on the Hiss or anything that's wheeled. So I would give these guys about a 7 of 10. The weird loadout is sort of a negative for me. You know, they're cool, they're just not that exciting. What do you think about the ramp rats? Still plenty to get to. We still got those 60th anniversary special forces. We did get our Zanya review out. We also did get our Professor Rotclaw review out. So I'm gonna endeavor to get to those 60th anniversary special forces. We'll see. And I do have the 250th Duke, so I haven't had a chance to pop him open yet, so we'll do that here real soon and see what we think about him. And I've heard from some who know that this next wave may be hitting real soon. All right, folks, thanks for watching. This is Carnage saying over. We'll see you soon.
To hell on the flat line, you see. Here comes a cowboy dropping the gear, laughing at the poor bastard to make the thing fly. We are the Cobra and rats, geese on our heads, bleeding out.